I used to think that the worst thing in life was to end up all alone. It's not. The worst thing in life is to end up with people who makes you feel all alone. This quote was taken from the film World's Greatest Dad. This may sound depressing, but this is true. There are people who felt lonely, even with their family and friends. The subjective feeling of being alone, separated, or apart from others is referred to as loneliness, which often leads to a significant health problem called depression. An individual with higher depression has more tendencies to think of suicide. Another factor that leads to depression is social isolation. Social isolation is a physical separation from other people, such as living alone or staying away from a specific companion. These two situations, loneliness and social isolation, are related to adverse health outcomes, which could be naturally suppressed by social support. Social support means having a network of family and friends whom an individual can turn to when facing a personal crisis. The care, love, and value that an individual receives from a network of mutual obligations lead to a decreased risk of depression, suicide, alcohol use, cardiovascular disease, and altered brain function. It is therefore essential to provide immediate and adequate mental health outreach and treatment services. Thus, this study generates a social support group to influence the well-being of individuals who cope with personal crises or stressful events and help them achieve a healthy mindset. It is found out that group counseling is essential, not just for preventing loneliness and social isolation with the supervision of a professional psychologist or psychiatrist, but also for remediation of problems that relate to poor coping behaviors, certain developmental stages. However, it is crucial to select counselors and group members to promote group cohesiveness in building positive feelings or expectancies toward the group. That is why the researchers developed a social support application called Companion, a mobile application where individuals who look for social support can find new friends with whom he can feel a sense of care, love, understanding, and belongingness. It comes with a web component that is managed by the system administrator. Figure 1 is a login screen of the application. In here, the seeker who looks for social support can register to the app by clicking the registration link, and after completing the registration phase, he can now log into the application. Companion uses KNN or K nearest neighbor, which is a lazy supervised algorithm that helps the application generate a social support group to match the seeker to the group based on his interest and problem at hand. This algorithm also checks the specialty of the facilitator before assigning him to the group. The credentials of the facilitator is evaluated by the system administrator before allowing him to handle the group. He should be a licensed psychologist or psychiatrist. The group in the study is called Talk Circle. Figure 2 shows a sample-generated talk circle. In a talk circle, there are 4 seekers and 1 facilitator. This number of seekers ensure that the facilitator can manage the group. The name of the facilitator is displayed at the topmost part of the list. The names shown or mentioned in the whole presentation are merely for demonstration. They are not the subjects of the study. As one talk circle, they need to perform a set of physical activities. These activities are recommended by the system. However, with the expertise of the facilitator, he has the final say on what physical activities are appropriate for the group to perform. Physical activities promote changes in one's mental health, ability to cope with stressful events. It lessens the rates of depression, negative affectivity, and anxiety. Figure 3 shows a set of physical activities approved by the facilitator. Since taking a leisure trip or weekend getaway provide opportunities for relaxation and help generate people recovered from stress, the application looks also a convenient and conducive venue where seekers can perform the physical activity. Using Google Place and Google Maps API, the system recommends the nearest park and tourist attraction, other sites that have a bucolic or pastoral scenery to the facilitator. Figure 4 shows the sample event details where the location and date are displayed. Now, let's have a glimpse of how Companion works. After testing the algorithm, it yields an accuracy rate of 84%. Finding the accuracy testing result, the generated task circle, and the recommendation of the physical activities. This can still be improved. However, researchers believe that the application still serves its purpose. Those who are feeling lonely and isolated can always use the application to post their feelings and be counseled by a professional psychologist or psychiatrist and help them achieve a healthy state of well-being.